Hello and welcome to another video from me, Rough Swordsman Wargamer. It's an open the box and it's another unboxing of a brand new game from Vuca Simulations. It is, of course, The Chase of the Bismarck, Operation Rheinubung 1941. And apologies for the pronunciation there. Designed by Jack Greene and Patrick Gebhardt. I know people have been waiting eagerly for me to do this unboxing, but first I must thank Patrick Gebhardt and everybody else at Vuca Simulations for sending me this advanced production copy to share with you, so thank you. Right, what's all this about? The game, The Chase of the Bismarck, Operation Rheinubung 1941, is played in turns, each representing nearly 5 hours of real time. In each turn, both players secretly move any or all ships and air units under their command on their own search board. Each player may then call out zones in which he has enough search factors to locate his opponent's ships. This is called the operational part of the game. If opposing ships are discovered to be in the same zone, they may proceed to combat on the battle board. And this is called the tactical part of the game. The game ends if the Bismarck is sunk, arrives at a friendly port, or the last turn of the game, which is the evening of May 29th, has been played. So in the box we have one rulebook, 2 mounted search boards, 1 battle board, 582 counters, 2 player screens, 2 player aid charts, 2 setup displays, 30 ship cards, 2 10-sided dice, and 100 wooden blocks. Game features the unit scale, single ships and squadrons, time scale, 1 turn about 5 hours, map scale, 1 hex is about 137 kilometers or 74 nautical miles, playing time 2 to 6 hours, and it's a 2-player game if you haven't already realised that. On the game meter, the complexity is 4 out of 9, but as you can see, solitaire suitability, only 3 out of 9. So phone your friends up. Here's some of the counters, which look rather nice. And is suitable for people 14 years plus. This game, so I've been told, is reminiscent of the old Avalon Hill Bismarck games. So let's get the shrink wrap off. The shrink wrap is off, and as usual with Vuca Simulations games, the box has that nice linen finish on it. Great picture on the box cover, and 3.5-inch box, which weighs a ton. So let's open the box. First thing we see is the rule book, so let's have a look at that. Full colour, glossy paper, as per normal with Vuca Simulation games, and this one comes in at 27 pages. So we'll have a quick look through this. Here's the contents, introduction components, which we'll have a look at, boards, counters, naval units, air units, ship cards and the blocks. Here's a setup picture. So as you can see, it's not going to be very solo friendly, but even at this stage it looks like great fun to play with somebody face to face or possibly on Vassal. So we've got the sequence of play and victory conditions. So the first phase is the visibility phase, which is skipped on turn 1, it says, as is the shadow phase, and then the movement. And search phases, air attack phase. Lots of pictures, which is good to see. Naval combat phase is next. Here's the combat sequence and an example of naval combat, which goes on, which is good. Chance phase, submarine contact, subcontact examples. This looks good. Random spotting examples, and then into the admin phase and some optional rules. And finishing off with designer notes and a bibliography. Index at the back, which is always good to see. And to finish off, some top-down views of the combatants in the game. Next, at least in my box, not 2 D10s, as it's stated on the back, but 6, 3 red, 3 black, and a bag of wooden cubes. Next, we've got 2 mounted battle boards, which, if you remember on the setup picture, go along the side there. Here are the ship cards, all nicely wrapped, so let's open those up. Here are the Allied ship cards. There are 24 of those, and we'll have a quick show of these. I'll try not to cover anything up, so you can pause if you wish to take a closer look, but we've got the name, picture, its length and so on. I assume that's the strength of the hull and its armaments, its evasion number, how many torpedoes, and what sort of radar, if any, it's got. So here's the Norfolk and Dorsetshire here. Heavy cruisers, got some light cruisers. Aircraft carriers, Ark Royal, Victorious, and some destroyer flotillas. Prince of Wales Hood Flotilla, King George V flotilla there. Another heavy cruiser and Coast Guard cutter there. There's the hood. So loads. Lots of battle cruisers. And back to Norfolk and Dorsetshire there. Poor old Germans only get 6. And they have, of course, the Bismarck. Here's the Tirpitz. Gneisenau. Scharnhorst. Cruisers there. And their destroyer flotillas. Back to the Bismarck. Next we have 6 sheets of counters. Here's the first sheet, and as per normal, it's on sort of thinnish cardstock, and with that sort of linen finish. And here's a close-up of some of these great looking counters. And here's the other side. Right, let's have a look at the rest of them. And here's the last one. I must admit, these counters look rather good. Next, we've got 2 player screens, and they've got different pictures on the outside, one for the Allies, one for the Germans, which looks rather nice. And here's the other one. Sorry about the glare. But inside, they are chocked full of tables and charts. And these are the same in both of these screens, but we've got the turn sequence here. Over here, lots of tables and charts. We've got the shadow table, repair at sea, search procedure, torpedo and air attack hit table, initiate combat table. And the other 2 parts of the screen contain the submarine contact and attack tables, ship class determination, random spotting table, convoy hunting table, the convoy ID table here, status matrix, and at the bottom, victory points table. And 2 copies of a combat player aid. And these are on thick card, again with that, if you can see it, linen finish. So on this side we've got the position table, combat sequence, naval combat table, modifiers and special damage table. And on t'other side we've got the torpedo and air attack hit table. We've got damage marker explanations here, movement table, abort combat table and reinforcement entry table. And then there are 2 setup cards. Here's the Allied units and marker setup, and one for the Germans. And the things which are majorly contributing to the weight of the box are the 2 mounted search boards. So here's what those search boards look like, showing the North Atlantic, and dotted around the bottom left and right edges we've got some tracks. So what we'll do is we'll have a little close up. So here's Old Blighty with the Channel, France, Belgium and the German Reich just on the edge of the shot there. And on the right hand edge we've got the game turn tracks here, aircraft refit. And at the bottom we've got the train key, some holding boxes for Victorious and Ark Royal. These look like the phases of the turn. Weather, tracks here, time of day, visibility, and some Allied task forces boxes here, and for United States. Over on the left hand side we've got a fuel track. Don't want to get down there, do we? And right at the bottom, a fuel costs table. And here's the search board for the Germans, virtually identical to the Allied ones, except some of these boxes are in different places, of course. And we have a convoy victory point box up here, and all the place names are in German. And that's it, the box is empty. So this has been an Open the Box, an unboxing of a brand new game from Vuca Simulations. The Chase of the Bismarck, Operation Rheinubung, 1941, designed by Jack Greene and Patrick Gebhardt. And once again, thank you very much, Vuca Simulations, for sending me this advanced copy so I can show everyone. Well, I hope you enjoyed that, and this game certainly looks interesting. As I said at the start, I think it's reminiscent of Avalon Hill's Bismarck, so it'll be interesting to give this a go. It certainly looks interesting. But if you did enjoy it and also found it interesting and you haven't done so already, it would be great if you would have a think about subscribing to the channel, because it really does help. Pushing the like button of the video helps as well, gets the little channel into the old algorithms. And if you want to be informed of other content the channel uploads. Then push the bell. Leave a comment. I haven't played the old Avalon Hill game, but I tell you what, this looks good. But I will need somebody to play it with. So we'll sort that out in the near future. But what do you think? Let me know in the comments. And once we get this up and running, people who have the knowledge of the older game can contrast and compare and let us know. But whatever you put, I love to read them. Thanks as always to my subscribers. Thank you very much. And as always, quickly before I go, if you wish to support the channel a little bit further, well, now you can. You can buy the channel a coffee, and I'll leave a link in the description for that. Or you can push the super thanks button right underneath this video. Either one, if you decide to do that, will be gratefully received and really does help to keep the channel ticking along with bits and pieces. So thank you. Right, I've got to get all that back in the box. So I'll leave it there. And until the next video, as always, you take care and goodbye.